I felt like these shades was appropriate for this video. I don't know. I've been trying to figure out, like, how am I gonna travel Africa? But anywho, hi you guys. I hope you guys are doing fine today. It's so funny because I was thinking about, like, what should I talk about today? And I have a few topics. I recorded a video like last week, but I literally sounded crazy in that video, and I was just like, I need to get my words and my thoughts together before I speak. So I uploaded the video and I deleted it really fast. I just saw, it's so funny because I just saw a comment from my last video. It was this person, I don't know if it was a woman or a male. They were correcting me. They were like, they gave me some tips that I should talk about. And they were like, I should talk about my experience in Africa in detail, which I agree with it. I really like that. Thank you. And they were saying, like, I should go more into detail. Really, in Africa, I went there trying to explore some things, but it turned into like a relaxation type of time. So I really didn't even film a lot. I didn't really experience a lot. What I took pleasure in was very simple things in Africa. I took pleasure in walking to the market. I took pleasure in, I went to a mountain, like very, very normal things. I took a lot of pleasure in those things. I took pleasure in just waking up to birds. And I remember there was a man singing, like he was praising God, like over and over for hours. And I took pleasure in just hearing that man singing. And I was like, wow, people actually live like this on a daily basis. And I was just listening to him. I was like, yes. And then there was a church across the street, and their church started, and they also started singing for a while. And I was just like, oh, this is so amazing. So it was very simple things that I enjoyed in Africa, and I didn't film a lot, you know, so I don't really know. I don't really have much to give you. I could try. I will try. Matter of fact, I will try. I will try to scrap up some of the footage. You know, it's been a while. It's been 3 years now. Time goes by so fast, you guys. It's almost been 3 years. It'll be 3 years in November since I've been to Africa. Time goes by so fast. I have a different phone with all that video footage, but I'm gonna try to find some of it. So that was a good tip, thank you. But this person also corrected me. They were like, you need to scoot the camera back. Okay, hold on. And you don't need to smack on camera. And let me tell you something about myself. I've become humble over the years. When I was growing up, because I was kind of bullied, I was always defensive. And I was a firecracker, like a firecracker. Anything anybody said to me, I was ready to say it back. You know, I grew up I transitioned from like tomboy into this girlish type person. And I thank God for all the things that I've been through in my life, because it's taught me a lot. You know what I mean? I was a correctional officer in a maximum security prison in Texas for a while. Like, I've dealt with a lot of people and a lot of personalities. On my channel that I created, you are not going to be able to shape me into who you want me to be, into what you think I should do, okay? This is me. Take it or leave it, people. As I sip my coffee. I don't like sipping from a cup. I like drinking out of a straw. You saw some clips of me making this coffee. You guys, I put sugar and cinnamon and a little pinch of salt in my coffee. And this actually has ice cream in it. I like my coffee to have more of a dessert type of taste. Coffee makes me sick. Any type of caffeine makes me sick. So I probably shouldn't be drinking this, but I drink it anyway. But you guys, here recently, my heart was broken, you guys. My heart was broken. So I've been trying to figure out, like, how am I gonna travel Africa? How am I gonna travel the world? How am I gonna travel Africa? God blessed me a few years ago, and I became a flight attendant. And I did travel part of the world. I've been to Japan, I've been to the Middle East, I've been to a lot of places, Brazil, Ireland, Germany. I spent a lot of time in Germany. I've been to places, and I took that time for granted, because I could have been doing a lot more. But my heart, I've always wanted to travel Africa. So I really never traveled Africa. I've been to Africa, but I never traveled Africa. And that's what I want to do. And I've been praying to God, and I'm like, God, how can I do this? So I applied to become a flight attendant again. And y'all, I went through the steps. Sometimes it's a long process to do that. So I went through all the steps, passed the interview. There's like 3 steps to the interview process. First, you do the application, you take a test, you have a online interview, then you have the face-to-face interview. So I made it to the face-to-face interview where they flew me to the city to have the interview. Like, this place is far away from me. Driving, it's like a 16-hour drive from me. Flying, it's a 2-hour plane ride. So they flew me to the headquarters to have the interview. And you guys, I thought it was meant to be, because during my video interview, I messed up badly. Not really badly, but I didn't even answer one of the questions because something happened with my video recording, and like I wasn't able to answer the question, but they still proceeded me through the process. So I was just like, wow, this is meant to be, because I totally didn't even answer one of the questions and I still went forth. And I got there and I was feeling very confident, but slowly through the interview process, I start to feel like that maybe I won't get this job. And usually with airlines, this is just not any particular airline, this is pretty much all airlines, private or main airlines, they dismiss people that they're not going to hire. And the ones left behind, they don't really tell you out front, but the ones left behind, they put them through a background check and they hire them on the spot. So I was in the group of people that they dismissed in this time, and they said they were going to email and let us know if we made it. But really, the people left behind are the ones that's going to get it. So I was just like, God, well, I thought this was for me. You know, I've been a flight attendant before. I somehow made it through the video interview process. Like, my heart was just broken. And my heart wasn't broken because I didn't make it onto that airline. My heart was broken because I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to travel Africa. I don't know, you guys. I really don't. I truly don't know how this is going to happen. So y'all are going to figure it out with me. Y'all are going to see the journey as I go. I don't know. I don't know how. There was somebody trying to fly me out to South Africa, but I ain't. I'm not trying to go to South Africa. I think he has plans on trying to make me his wife. Like, he's pretty well off, and I'm not trying to use anybody to to travel Africa. You know what I mean? So I don't know, you guys. I declined that offer. What? I don't know. I don't know, y'all. But I do want to talk to y'all about y'all. One day I was reading my Bible, and let me tell y'all what I wrote beside this. I don't even know. Sometimes I woke up like at 5 a.m. and sometimes I just write stuff and then I look back on it. And for some reason, in Jeremiah 30, verse 19 through 24, I wrote Nigeria right here. And I started reading these verses, and it reads, "And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving and the voice of them that make merry, and I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. Their children also shall be as aforetime." It says, "Their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me. And their nobles shall be of themselves, and their nobles shall be of themselves. And their governor shall proceed from the midst of them, and I will cause him to draw near, and he shall approach unto me. For who is this that engaged his heart to approach unto me, saith the Lord? And ye shall be my people, and I will be your God. Behold, the whirlwind of the Lord goeth forth with fury, a continuing whirlwind. It shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. The fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he have done it, and until he have performed the intents of his heart. In the latter days ye shall consider it." Now, you know, I'm always writing little things in this here Bible. I'm always writing little things. We all know that the West, America, have abominations going on within it. Okay, and no place is perfect, but I feel like it's definitely time to separate ourselves from the agenda that the enemy, that Satan, is using for the West, the propaganda. Even our president and our vice president went to try to convince a country to be a part of the LGBTQ movement. That is insane. You know, a lot of people here in America think that was totally insane. That was crazy. Just a lot of things. This spirituality movement, new age, whatever you want to call it. I don't like saying spirituality because spirituality is a grand scheme of things. Okay. But when you new age, African spirituality, Greek mythology, some people are tapping into like what the Sumerians used to practice in the ancient times. And you know, my channel is probably going to start going here because I like to research a lot of stuff. And I don't just like to speak about things. I really like to have facts. I mean, how much facts can you really have? But I like to go as far as we can go back and research some things. And I'm willing to even travel to these places. Because so many people, even myself, I used to say, what is so great about this? You have all these hypocrites in the Christian church. You have all these lies that you have all these lies that the West has told people like me, Black people. You have everything that has been stripped away from Africa. And then you have these same people that say they believe in this, have done all these things. So why would I trust this? But the truth of the matter is, those people are hypocrites. And those people are, God talks about those very people in this Bible, which is the crazy thing. I'm like, you don't see that God is talking about he's gonna put his wrath on you and you're gonna be wiped out across the face of the earth? That's crazy. But but it's so important to like research everything and don't stop at, I know especially a lot of African Americans, we stop when we reach back to what our ancestors used to do, but you have to go far back behind that too. And where did that come from? If you can, I mean, it really stopped. I mean, there's so much information we can get. It's not like we can go too far, but just because it's ancient, and this is like my number one saying, just because something is ancient doesn't make it righteous or doesn't mean this is the thing we're supposed to be doing. We don't know what happened in those times. We don't know what led people to do this. We don't, and this is topics that I really like to have information on, because this is where you start mixing things of the spiritual world and history together. You don't know what beings, what deities, what spirits, or if someone say fallen angels, these cultures, these different types of cultures we're talking to, we're speaking to, we're tapping into, we're praying to, we're honoring, we're sacrificing to. You don't know that, okay? So be very, very careful what you explore. And just because you may have been lied to about some things in your culture, that's true. I'm not saying don't stop with it. Don't just say, hey, we were lied to. I'm gonna start doing what my ancestors were doing. Take it further. Take it further. Once you figure out that you were lied to, now it's time to research why your ancestors were doing this and what brought them to that. And then you can start trying to piece puzzles together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of people, like I said, including myself, was kind of angry when we found out that we were lied to about our culture, and that, you know, like I know there's this thing going around where they're saying like even the first Bible was an African Bible. It was found in Ethiopia. Those are the type of things I want to talk about and research, and we can do it together. If you have any information, link it down. I'll check it out. It's hard because I already have like stuff that I want to look at, that I need to take the time to look at. Like there's this video talking about the tribe of Judah and the Nigerian connection to the tribe of Judah. Even the passage that I wrote, that I just read to you guys, what I read Nigeria beside it, that whole book is talking about the tribe of Judah. For some reason, I wrote Nigeria, ultra attire. And I researched that a little bit. And before it was a lion, I think it was a tiger. In some kind of way, it transformed into a lion. And if anybody has information on like how that symbol of the lion came to be on the Igbo culture's cultural attire, let me know what you find on that, because I tried to research as best as I could. I went on Wikipedia, I saw a few videos on YouTube, I looked at a few articles online. But yeah, tell me about that lion, because ain't that ironic? Like, what are the odds? God works in so mysterious ways, you guys. He like has messages and things you'll never think. And a lot of people, it's like, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're the tribe of Judah or not, if you're a Gentile, whatever, it doesn't really matter. And I agree and disagree, because the Bible says it matters. The Bible says it matters. Like, he's going to keep his covenant with those people. He's going to keep the covenant that he has. That's what it talks about all through the Bible. And although I think we all have the same right, every human being on this earth has the same right to God and to live for God. And if we surrender ourselves to him, he will definitely be our God. I do think that there's some importance that lies with knowing where you are. And I was in prayer this morning after going, like I told you, my feelings was hurt when I didn't get hired, because I'm like, God, how am I going to travel Africa? So when I didn't get hired, like I was just like, God, like how are we going to do this? And God is like, we're not doing anything. I'm doing all of this. And I was like, okay. Then I prayed to him and I was like, God, let your will be done, basically. And he told me, well, I ain't gonna say he told me. In the spirit, I felt God say, I even got it wrote right here. I wrote it down. It says, the tribe of Judah doesn't know who they are because they are scattered about. So it said the tribe of Judah does not know who they are because they are scattered about. That's what I heard in my spirit. And I can just continue to worship God more, and really didn't hear nothing else concerning that. So, and I follow the Watchman Report, and Deborah. The Watchman refers to himself as the Watchman. I don't know his real name, but his wife's name is Deborah, and I follow their ministry. And although I don't agree with everything that they say, their channel has really blessed me. There's a lot of channels called the Watchman so-and-so, but theirs is like, I forgot, but it's a black couple. And they're not Hebrew Israelites. They don't have any title for what they believe. They just believe like in the truth, and they go into like some historical facts on the tribe of Judah and black people and white people and how this came to be. Like, they've done some research. So I watch them a lot, and they really bless me. I watch them all the time. Yes, it's the Watchman Report Ministries or something like that. I'll try to link their channel below. So yeah, this is a journey, you guys. This is a journey for me. I don't know what's gonna come of this. So, you guys, if you have any information on that type of stuff, let me know. I'm so interested. I'm so interested. Especially, African Americans, we created our own culture, especially those of us here in the South. Like,